Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. Today I am using the After Tarot for those of you who are interested. That is the box that it comes in, the After Tarot, regular rider weight, just wound forward a few seconds. And I am going to be looking at Tom Bower, the author of the upcoming book on Meghan Markle. And he made an interesting comment recently, said that Harry and Meghan have isolated themselves in Montecito, cut themselves off from friends and family very deliberately so that they can control their own narrative. And it sounded to me as if he was saying that Meghan can control the narrative, but of course that's just my opinion. This is just a tarot reading and this is just for entertainment purposes. But he said that he thought that they would regret their decision to cut themselves off like this, isolate themselves, that it would be difficult for their children growing up, cut off from both sides of the family, the Markle side of the family and of course the Windsor side of the family. And it's always difficult for couples when they isolate themselves. They don't have a support system around them when things go wrong. Anything could go wrong. It doesn't have to be marital problems. It could be health problems, anything. You know, life always has some trouble to throw at people. Nobody is exempt, nobody is immune, and you need your family and your friends around you when things go wrong. And I'm sure that that is what Tom Bower is alluding to. And apart from the fact that the children, we need to know where they come from, who they are, where they fit in the scheme of things. Very difficult to just cut your children off like that. Very unkind to just cut your children off from their roots like that. So I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross. This is not really about the book. This is just about Tom Bower and how he sees Harry and Meghan as a couple. Of course, it will influence the way that he writes his book and the content that he produces, but he's obviously deeply immersed in the subject right now. And it's very interesting that he has come out and said this long before the book is due to be published, that this is his opinion about the couple. So let's have a look and see what he really thinks about Harry and Meghan. And the underlying energy of this reading is the Wheel of Fortune. So they are making their fortune. They're out to make their fortune. They are out to try and turn things around for themselves and to do the best that they possibly can. And of course, make their millions, be as successful as they possibly can. And so off they go. And the wheels, of course, are movement, and they have moved and they have gone off to seek their fortunes. And so that is very much the underlying energy of this reading, that he sees that that is what they're all about, seeking their fortune far away from home. And it's very interesting that the card that follows that, and I don't often look at the card that follows the underlying energy, is the Six of Cups in reverse. And that is unhappy memories, and that is literally separating yourself from your past, from your childhood, from all the things that inform you as an adult. And that is exactly what they have done. They have done that to cut themselves off so that they can go off and seek their fortunes. And that's very interesting. And as I say, unusual for me to pull those cards, but it just caught my eye as I was looking at the spread. So I think I was meant to pull it out and show that to you. It definitely makes sense to me in this reading. So how does he see them right now? The heart of the matter, the current situation that they are in. And there is the Chariot in reverse, and there is all their ambitions and their schemes and their plans that have ground to a halt. Very interestingly, political ambitions possibly of the person driving the Chariot, the person who certainly has the whip hand in this relationship, Meghan Markle, in my opinion. Her ambitions have been thwarted in this card, whether it be her political ambitions, her film ambitions, her literary ambitions, whatever ambitions she has, they have been stopped. And that is one interpretation of the Chariot. We all know that I like to view the Chariot as the car crash card. The wheels spinning in the air, the car has gone off, gone tumbling down the hill, and now it's sitting on its roof, smoke coming out the engines and wheels spinning. That's what's happened to them. They've taken a wrong turning. They have driven off the road. They have literally gone gone astray. And that is precisely what he said. He said that they would regret their decision. He thought that they would regret their decision, and the Chariot in reverse certainly speaks to that. So their challenge, as Tom Bauer sees it right now, as a couple, their challenge is all the stress and worry that they are constantly dealing with. That's the Nine of Swords, and that is a lot of worry that they are facing and trying to recover from, that things have not gone the way that they anticipated, and it caused a tremendous amount of more worry. And I think also in that card I'm picking up the energy of financial worry. I don't always get that with the Nine of Swords, but what's going to keep you up at night? I don't think it's crying babies. We don't know where those babies are, and there certainly are nannies. Well, I assume that there are nannies helping out, so I don't think it's that kind of sleepless nights. I think it's worries about that chariot that has not got to the destination that they thought when they set off to make their fortune, when they set off, left their friends and family behind, that they were going to make their fortune. They have not, and they are deeply concerned about this right now, and Tom Bauer knows it. Very interesting. So what is their real motive, the hidden energy in this reading, the real motive for isolating themselves? He says it's so that they can control their own narrative. What was it really? Why did they cut themselves off from everybody? Well, there it is, the money-making card. They went off to seek their fortune, the Page of Pentacles. It was not so much to control their narrative as to make their fortune, to make deals that they couldn't make while they were in the royal family, working members of the royal family, or 72 days as working members of the royal family. Somebody keeps putting that number out somewhere that I keep seeing, so assume it's true. 72 days as working royals. But there is the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is the one who signs contracts, makes deals, negotiates things with people, off on a new path. And of course there's the little fairy person. I'm not sure what he is. Is he an elf? Is he a pixie? What he is? But there he is, and the person is handing the pentacle over to this little person, this magical little creature, and saying, off you go and make, put it in a magical place and make it grow. And so it is rather deluded. You don't always get that energy from the Page of Pentacles, but here it is, this very delusional about their ability to make money, about their ability to wheel and deal and get signed up and make their millions. So what are they currently focused on? As far as Tom Bauer is concerned, what is their current focus? The Queen of Wands. Well, their current focus is Meghan. Putting Meghan in the limelight. And that apparently is an issue in the couple. I think that came from Neil Sean, and I was going to do a reading on it at some stage, that Harry is the one in the limelight, easily has access to the limelight, but Meghan is the one allegedly that wants the limelight. She wants to be top dog. She wants to be in the spotlight. She wants to be president. She wants to be a Marvel character. She wants to be a famous author. She wants to be the one shining brightly in the firmament, not Prince Harry. And apparently Prince Harry does not want all this limelight. He really did want to go off and ride his bike and surf and hang out with all his mates in California, and not be the one having to be sent out to work and make speeches and be chimpo and do whatever he's got to do, make deals and be the face of the couple. Meghan is the one who wants to be the face of the couple, but it's the face that no one wants to see, as was clearly evident from that book reading that she did on YouTube. I did a reading about that, I think it was yesterday, and the comments, the likes and dislikes got so out of balance on that little YouTube clip that they actually had to disable comments, and so very unfortunate. But the focus of the couple is Meghan's popularity, Meghan's fame, Meghan's fortune, Meghan's face, Meghan's makeup deals, Meghan's whatever it is that Meghan is doing. That is the focus of the couple, as Tom Bauer sees it, and I'm sure as we all see it too. I'm sure we absolutely agree with Tom Bauer in this assessment of them so far. So what has happened in their recent past, as far as Tom Bauer knows? Wow. There is the Five of Pentacles, card that often comes out for Harry and Meghan. isolating themselves, literally cutting themselves off, literally putting themselves out in the cold, literally cutting themselves out from all that support, all that security, all that abundance, all that love, and becoming wretched and isolated, and really the Five of Pentacles, that loss, that illness, that brokenness, that ruin that the Five of Pentacles depicts. It's a very uncomfortable card. It's a very difficult card. It's a very difficult energy, and it really wasn't what they expected at all. And that it would be so difficult, so ruinous, so harrowing. They didn't expect that at all. So how will they be doing in the near future? Will their circumstances change? Will their fortunes change? We have the Wheel of Fortune down here. That is the desire to turn their fortunes around and to try and make a success of their situation. How will it be going? Well, there is the Queen of Swords. And that's interesting because I don't think it's either of their energies. I think that it is Her Majesty the Queen's energy with the Queen of Swords. There is Meghan up there trying to be famous, and there sits Her Majesty, the Queen of Swords. With that sword pointed upright, it has got a butterfly or something. It's very difficult to see what it is. Could be a little bird, could be a butterfly, but it has got something on the tip there that softens the blow. But it does look as if the Queen is going to have something to say about Harry and Meghan and their situation in the near future. Some degree of cutting out, and I am going to be looking at the Jubilee celebrations. I'll be doing a reading on it in the next few days. I'll be seeing how it's going to go for Harry and Meghan, and it looks as if the Queen is going to make a decision. That's going to be quite a crucial decision, quite a cutting decision, but not ruthless, because that sword is softened, the blow is going to be softened, but it does look as if some kind of decision is going to be coming down, some kind of clarity. And I gather that there have been complaints, allegedly, about the behavior at the United Nations, the secret filming. Complaints apparently have been made to political figures in Britain, to top people in the establishment in the UK, and perhaps there is going to be some kind of decision that comes down that blocks Harry and Meghan from proceeding in the way that they have been proceeding so far. But that looks like a difficult energy that they are going to have to deal with in the very near future. So how does Tom Bauer see them individually now? And we're going to look at Prince Harry first. What does he think of Prince Harry? And there it is. There is Meghan. Interestingly, the Nine of Pentacles. I always see Meghan as the Nine of Pentacles, trying to carve out a fortune for herself, to be independent. Of course, she never is, because she's always dependent on some man for her money and for her jobs, for whatever she does in the world. It's always linked to some man, whether it was her father or her husband, or now Prince Harry, the royal family. But in the reverse, the Nine of Pentacles, it does look like he has tied himself to somebody who is very unsuccessful, and he himself is unsuccessful. It doesn't have to be a female figure, the Nine of Pentacles. It just means that you're not doing well on your own. So two energies coming from this card. The first energy is the Meghan Markle energy, that she is at the moment a bit of a stone around Prince Harry's neck, because her fortunes have not ascended. Even though their focus is the Queen of Wands, at the moment it has not worked out. So it's difficult for Prince Harry that he has got this stone around his neck. But for him himself, he is not thriving away from the royal family. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse is difficulty with being on your own, making your own way in the world, struggling with that, feeling lonely, feeling cut off, feeling deprived. And definitely there is a sense from this card that they're short of cash. With that Nine of Pentacles, they're very short of cash. We've seen the Five of Pentacles in the past energy, and now we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. That pentacle that was handed over to that little, whatever he is, elf or pixie, or I don't know what he is, has been squandered, has not magically multiplied as they thought it was going to magically multiply. It has not at all. So he is in financial trouble, but he's also feeling very isolated, very lonely, I'm sure, missing friends, missing family very, very much. And what does Tom Bower think of Meghan Markle right now? That's a very interesting energy, the Seven of Swords. Wow, I haven't seen that card for a while. That's the thief card, the sneak card, stealing away. She stole away from, she took allegedly, behaved in a very sneaky way, ran away, ghosted people. He really has a very low opinion of her, and she better brace herself for that book, because it's not going to be flattering. It really isn't. This energy, these two cards are telling me that this book is going to be very hard reading for Harry and Meghan. Very hard. It's going to be humiliating for Prince Harry, and it's going to be exposing for Meghan Markle. He knows her secrets. He knows a lot of her secrets with the Seven of Swords there. He knows what she's done. He knows all the dodgy things she's done, all the sneaky things she's done, who she's ghosted, why she's ghosted them, what she's running away from. She ran away, isolated themselves to control their own narrative. She ran away, she ghosted people, she left people behind, she took things all allegedly, or my opinion, of course. Tarot reading, entertainment purposes. Very interesting card in that position. Wow, I cannot wait for this book to come out. And yeah, definitely he has not been bamboozled by the couple in Montecito, not for 1 second. So, and very interestingly, in this after tarot, this depiction of the Seven of Swords, the thief is about to walk into a trap. It's not the usual depiction of the Seven of Swords, but there is the rope, there is the trap. The thief is about to be caught. The sneak. Interesting. So their hopes and fears, Harry and Meghan's hopes and fears, according to Tom Bower, wanting to end conflict. It's overwhelming, all the struggle and conflict that they are experiencing at the moment. They fear that it's going to be never ending, the fighting, the conflict, the Five of Swords, the torment that they're going through. We've had the Nine of Swords there in the reverse, the desire to end conflict. Two cards that have now shown up saying that they are struggling with all the worry, the anxiety, the inner conflict and the external conflict that they have caused themselves, that they have created in their desire to flee the royal family and to make their millions. And so how is it going to go for them as a couple? According to Tom Bower, what is the outcome going to be for them as a couple? Is it going to be happy ever after? How is it going to be? And we get the Knight of Cups in the reverse, and it's not going to be happy ever after. Very much not going to be happy ever after. It's going to be unhappy ever after. The Knight of Cups in the reverse is, of course, the cup of love is emptied out. The ardent suitor is no longer ardent. The love that was there in that card has now been withdrawn. Somebody is going to be withdrawing their cup of love from this relationship. And it's a knight energy, so to me it's Prince Harry that he sees is going to be withdrawing his cup of love from this relationship and moving away from it. Very interesting. It doesn't look as if Meghan is going to be the one putting the boot in. It looks as if Harry might be the one that puts the boot in. And why? That could be why. That could be why. That could be the come home offer that I saw quite a lot a few months ago when I really started this channel. I saw this. Please come home, Harry, come home. We're hearing that he's desperately worried about the Queen's health since she was hospitalized overnight. Now I'm wondering if that was a strategic move, perhaps to influence the two in Montecito, or at least one in Montecito. It was bad enough when Prince Philip was hospitalized for that lengthy period before he passed away, and Prince Harry was nowhere to be seen and had to scramble afterwards to try and salvage his reputation. Imagine if the same thing happens again and Her Majesty the Queen passes away and Harry is left in Montecito with all of this unfinished business. It would be the ruin of him in the court of public opinion. It would absolutely be the ruin of him. So there could be some kind of strategic maneuvering going on here which results there, and Tom Bower could be privy to some of that strategic maneuvering, because I'm sure he has access to all the right people, all the people in the know in the palace. And very interesting. I have found this reading to be very interesting. I didn't expect it to be quite so revealing. I hope you enjoyed it too. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.